Hey guys, today I want to talk to you about inviting. So you've already learned about social media and about how to put up your storefront and get started as with your coaching um, business and all these things. And now I want to get down to the nitty gritty. So inviting is crucial, you guys. If I didn't invite people personally, I wouldn't have a business. And the reason that I feel so passionately about that is I feel like what we have to offer is so personal. You're talking about somebody's health and fitness. You're talking about helping somebody potentially overcome something that's been hard for them their whole life. That was me. I've always struggled with my health and fitness. So I would have never reached out to my coach and said, "Hey, what are you doing?" Now, there are people out there who, like I mentioned, you're learning about social media, you're posting like a boss, you're creating amazing content, you're sharing your journey. And there's going to be people who are going to be inspired by that and who are going to reach out to you or comment on your post. And that's awesome. But I will say the majority of the people who join my challenge groups and my team were personally invited by me. And maybe you are one of those people. I just think it's a very personal thing. And I think that it's more rare that people will reach out to you without you reaching out to them. Social media is such a dynamic thing where people are constantly watching so many different people. So you need to stand out and you need to be a presence and you need to be posting like we've been teaching you, but you also have to do the behind the scenes stuff. So what do you do when you invite? How do you start conversations? I want to encourage you every day to talk to 5 new people. Now, you may be thinking that, well, I already invited my mom and my sister and my cousin and my best friend. Like, now what? Well, those tend to be the easy people. I want to make sure that you consistently have a flow of people to invite all of the time. So with that, you are going to look on your social media. If you're using Facebook, I like to use just going through the alphabet of my friends. So starting with A, and I'll find 5 new people a day and I'll send them a message. And for me personally, I get right to the invite because I've found that trying to start a conversation just in hopes that maybe it leads to me being able to invite them to something feels a little funky to me. I've done that before and I don't really like that style so much. I would rather, and I would appreciate more when I'm talking to other people on social media and they're reaching out to me to just get to the point. So if your content on social media is good, meaning you're showing up every day, sharing your journey, sharing your life, talking about this new lifestyle that you have, then if somebody gets a message from you, it's not going to come out of left field. And you have to know that with social media, there's algorithms. So just because you post, it doesn't mean that all of your friends or all of your followers on Instagram are going to see what you posted, because sometimes Facebook and Instagram limits the amount of people that actually see your posts. So your posts are not showing up in the news feeds of everybody who follows you or who you are friends with. So that's where the personal invites come in really handy and are just crucial. So when you have a private message or a direct message with somebody on Instagram or Facebook, it bumps your content up in their newsfeed. So the next time you go to post, they're way more likely to see your post and kind of connect the dots there. So let's just say you reach out to somebody and they haven't seen your post. Well, they could very easily click on your page and go and see that you actually are doing this amazing new lifestyle and you have something to offer. So don't get nervous about that. I feel like as long as you are posting, it is not weird to then get out of your comfort zone. I know it can be hard, but it's not weird to then get out of your comfort zone and invite people in. You have to think of it like you saw a really awesome movie that you just want to share with everybody. Or maybe there's a new store in your favorite mall and you have to tell your best friend, like, dude, all of this type of clothes that we like, that cute outfit that I bought the other day and those shoes I bought, they're from this new store in the mall. Like, we need to go there together. If you have that mindset that you're just sharing something amazing that could literally change somebody's life, like a treasure map to dynamically transform somebody's life from here on out, you're not being salesy, you're not being creepy, you're being a very giving, paying it forward person. And so by personally inviting somebody, you're giving them that personal invitation to the party. If you are posting on social media, I think a lot of times what happens is people will be seeing your post and they'll be too nervous or too scared to reach out to you, but maybe they're so desperate and so wanting, not that they're desperate, but they're desperately wanting to be a part of it, but they're too nervous to say something. That's how I would have been. Sometimes I feel like, when you post up on social media, it can seem, especially when we're talking about our team and our challenge groups, it can seem like it's this, private club, but really we're all inclusive and we want to bring more people to the party. So think about that when you're inviting. Also, think about how you came into coaching. Were you personally invited by your coach? Did you feel like it was salesy? Or when you received that message, were you like, oh my gosh, this is actually a really awesome opportunity. I want to look into it. And maybe it took you some time to think about it. I think that's totally normal. There's been very few people that the very first invitation I send them, they're like, yes, sign me up, because they need time to think about it and ask questions and talk to you and get to know you a little bit better. Or maybe it's an acquaintance you haven't talked to in a while, so they need time to get to know you again, talk about life a little bit before they just say yes, catch up a little bit. But I want to recommend that you invite 5 people a day. That will snowball into so many great conversations. And I will tell you that not all 5 of those people are going to say yes. And sometimes those people are not going to say anything, but that's okay, because what they will do from there is they will start to watch you, and they will see that you are so consistent talking about your workouts, that you're so consistent talking about your nutrition, you're so consistent talking about this team that you're on and this coaching opportunity, and they will want to join. There is so much just amazingness in staying consistent with this and with inviting, to create that snowball effect of always having people who want to join your challenge groups. So what does an invite look like, and where do you even find people? I like to keep it super simple. So like I said, if you're using Facebook as one of your platforms, I go down the alphabet. And so just say, start with A's. And if it's somebody that I just haven't connected with in a while, or it's somebody that I don't know that well, or it's a really good friend, it's all very much the same sort of invite, because I want to talk to them like we're friends, because it would be weird if I didn't. So I just say, hey, Leanne, it's so great to reconnect with you on here. I'm not sure if you've been seeing my posts lately, but I would love to invite you into my next online boot camp. And they're probably not going to know what that means. So I keep it short and sweet, because I don't want to just overwhelm somebody with one long message. So I'll just say, I just wanted to know if you wanted to be a part of my next online boot camp. Not sure if you've seen my posts, because again, we've been talking about it on social media. But if this is something that might interest you, let me know. Or I'll say, would this be something you would be into? And I'll say, let me know either way, because I want them to respond either way. There is so much gold in a response that comes back when somebody says, you know what, now is not a good time. We're actually taking a trip next month and I've just got too much going on, or my kids are going back to school. It's just not a good time. Because what I do from there is I write their name down and I go back and I invite them again the next month. And I say, hey, I know last month wasn't good timing, but I have another group starting up this month and I would just love for you to join us. What do you think? Would you like a spot? Short and sweet and to the point. 5 a day. When it comes to Instagram, search those hashtags that have to do with things that are about you, that describe you, things that you like, and find like-minded people who you can reach out to and invite. And same thing, I would just say, if they're following me, hey girl, thank you so much for following me. I'm not sure if you've caught my posts about my next online boot camp, but I would love for you to be a part of it. Is that something you would want more info about? And then I always say, let me know either way. Another place where I find people to invite on Facebook is the birthdays. There's always a birthday list, and it'll tell you whose birthdays are today and whose birthdays are coming up for like days and days and days. And I look at that. And so I don't invite the people whose birthday it is today, because that'd be a little weird. But the people whose birthdays are coming up, to me, that's like a whole list of people that I can just go and invite. So I go and invite them. And same thing on Instagram and Facebook. Another great place to invite people is from your posts. So people who like and or comment on my post, I just say, hey girl, thanks so much for the love on my post. Is this something that you'd be interested in? If it was a post about a challenge group or about coaching, is this something you'd be interested in checking out? Or sometimes I'll say, or were you just showing me some support? Either way, I appreciate it, but let me know. I would love to shoot you over more information. Again, short and sweet and to the point. You don't have to be salesy. We're not trying to get you to just, hit up every single person trying to sell them something. If you come at it from the approach of this changed my life and I have this burning desire within me to pay it forward and share this amazing treasure map to the best health fit life for you, then you will sell challenge packs, but it won't feel salesy and it won't feel weird and it won't feel creepy. I've never felt salesy in my life. In fact, I've been told that I'm actually a terrible saleswoman, because if it's not the right timing for somebody, or, they tell me all these things coming up and actually I feel like a month or two down the road would be better for them, I tell them, hey, I want this to work for you. So why don't we get you signed up in December when things have kind of settled down or whatever. So it's not about being salesy. It's about being passionate and sharing that passion with as many people as you can. So I really want to encourage you, start today inviting at least 5 people a day. And I say at least because if you're wanting to really run with this, 5 is a minimum, definitely not a maximum. I invite 20 people a day. That's me. That's where I'm at in my business. That aligns with my goals. And you will find that sweet spot for you. But I want to encourage you, as a brand new coach, 5 people a day would be fantastic. And if you can stay consistent with that, you will move mountains and inspire so many people. And remember, if you reach out to somebody and maybe they have a negative response, which I can count on one hand in the past 5 years, how many negative responses I've gotten, it's not about you. It's about them. It's about their past and their perspective and their perception, and who cares? Their opinion is none of your business and has nothing to do with you. So don't let anybody's potential negative response, or maybe even the negative responses you're worrying about in your head, because I know I did that before I actually started inviting. I worried about what people would think. And once I got over that, inviting got easy and fun. And it's actually one of my favorite things to do every day, because I look at it from a perspective of, I am going to talk to 20 new women today, and any of those women who say yes, I have an opportunity to change their life. And I have an opportunity to then, and I always tell my team this, that one of the things that brings me so much joy in this business is that person who then says thank you, because you have impacted their life. I will always be so thankful for my coach, because my life would look drastically different had she never invited me. And I told her no thank you, not right now, several times. You will hear those responses, and it's okay. I actually get excited when I get those responses, because at least they responded. And then I know, you know what, in a couple months' time, she's going to come around and she's going to want to join this. So I continue to invite month after month after month. And when they say yes, they always end up saying thank you. So stay true to your heart, lead with your passion and enthusiasm and your confidence in what you have to offer, and get out there and invite. All right, guys. Have fun in the rest of this new coach training.